Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Tom, for opening this opportunity to talk about the new semester program that we are going to start delivering next spring, 2026. This program, it's something that we were planning actually with Oberlin College, and we were together in the developing the program and thinking about this. And this program was built under the experience that we already had with Oberlin College related to the human rights and social justice internship that we developed with the grandmothers of the Plaza de Mayo, the abuelas de Plaza de Mayo in Argentina. So based on this experience that we made with Oberlin and Juniata College and San Diego University during the COVID period and as an online internship experience, we decided to open this semester program, but we reconvert the idea in a more challenging program based on the leadership, peace, human rights, and intercultural practicum program. So I will share my screen. I'm sorry if, let me just get the right PowerPoint to, I'm sorry if I lost my voice, but for a while. So can you see the PowerPoint presentation? Okay. So I'm not going to go through the whole PowerPoint because I don't think that have much sense. But one first thing is to introduce you what is Flacso, because I don't know if everyone know what Flacso is. Flacso is a social sciences faculty that was created in the 50s by the UNESCO as a part of an enterprise that UNESCO developed at those times to enhance the social sciences research and training programs in the region. There was two projects at those times, one in Latin America and the other was in India. That was created at the same time by UNESCO. But because of the social and political issues in both regions, just the Flacso in the Latin American country survived to the political and the social problem that the regions, both regions in face. And nowadays, Flacso is one of the most prestigious Latin American research and training centers in social sciences. So you can see here more information about the Flacso Argentina, and there are 14 countries around the Latin American countries that have a Flacso center. One of the biggest one is in Mexico as well, in the Mexico City. And the other one is in the Costa Rica, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, and so on. Well, why this program? First of all, based on the experience that we already made with the abuelas in Oberlin College during the COVID, but at the same time, we were thinking about, what is going on all around the world. And we really believe that in this complex scenario in which we are going through, or we are facing all around the world, we really commit ourselves that international education has to be more than a bridge for peace or for intercultural learning, dialogues. We believe that we in an international field, we need to do and to offer students programs that have an in-deep values, link it with empathy, intercultural dialogue, and human rights. And all of those has to be the base for peace. So when, I don't know how much you are involved in the international education. I know that Tom and Maya as well, but we can't continue developing programs in international education if we don't commit ourselves and to provide the students with specific skills to promote peace all around the world. In theory, we do, but in practice, not always we achieve this goal. And when we were thinking about a new program in Buenos Aires as part of the Flacso offering, we decided that we are not going to offer any program that don't have something different to offer to the students for their professional future and their professional lives in the future. That's why we decided to promote this new program. We know that maybe some people can say that we are still thinking in, based on utopias, but I really believe that the utopia can be something that we can achieve as international educators. So based on this, what we promote, and I will show you this short video. I don't know if you can.
Andrea, you're on mute. No.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
So, as you can see in the video, the idea of the heart of the program is to immerse the students in a community engagement activities, working with well-known social movements and human rights organizations. One of them is going to be the grandmothers of the Plaza de Mayo, and this is a key, component of the program because based on the history of Argentina and based on the current political and social scenario of Argentina, the grandmothers of the Plaza de Mayo continue being a model of peace leadership. And this is something very important. And we think that we have something to teach and we have something to learn from the grandmothers of the Plaza de Mayo. Because the grandmothers never ask for revenge. They always ask for justice. They always work for the memory of the people in Argentina, and they always work for the memory of the Latin American countries as well, based on a peaceful model of leadership. And this is one of the organizations in which students are going to work during the 14 weeks in which they are going to take classes and do their community engagement activities. Other organizations are, I will back to other aspect of the program later, but I wanted to focus on the organization because I think that all of them are very important models of peace, leadership peace for students. So the grandmothers are ones, and the others are social movements and indigenous organizations. So students are going to have the chance to work directly with one organization that the name is Barrios de Pie. I don't know in English how to say that. It's a social movement that has three different line of works in which the students are going to be immersed. One of them is related to childhood care in health. So the students are going to have the chance to work with this organization, helping to pediatricians to take care of childs in the community and to help them to develop a research. Inside of this social movement, there are a health and doctors organization. The name is Médicos por la Paz, Doctor for Peace, that work with childhood and work for the childhood human rights. And then they develop different kind of activities in the community to help to the community to maintain the food health for childhood and to develop strategies, social and health strategies to enhance the food sovereignty for childhood. So a key component, and a very crucial topic nowadays, the food sovereignty for people. The other line that the other thing or in which the students are going to have the chance to work is with women leaders in the community, which are indigenous women and immigrant women that work in this community, basically organizing the comedores, I don't know how to say in English, the merenderos, the space in which the people come to eat all together in the community. So those women are in charge of those organizations and the daily organization of the merenderos. So they work together with the doctors at the same time, and they work together in case of violence of women, and they work on the women's rights, not only as an indigenous women, as an immigrant women as well. And the third part of the issues that the students are going to in deep in this organization is the environmental issues that are part of the problem that the community are in face in this moment. All of those is in Buenos Aires City, because one of the things is this organization works specifically with very vulnerable neighborhoods in Buenos Aires City. It's not outside Buenos Aires City. And this is something it is in an urban setting. So the students are going to work and collaborate with this organization and to analyze the model of the leaderships that the community is developing in an urban setting and the problems of the poverty and the inequities in a urban setting related to the three topics that I already tried to explain today. I'm sorry, but I think that I'm not feeling well, so my English is not so good now. And then additionally to the grandmothers and the Barrios de Pie, students are going to work with one Afro-Argentine organization that are working with the visibilization of the Afro-Argentine heritage in Argentina. And they works with two different aspects. One is the Afro-Argentine heritage, and the other is they are as well as an LGBT queer organization as well. So the students are going to work in this organization with both issues and topics and collaborate with the organization with certain tasks that help to the organization in the issues that they are on the schedule that they are developing now. So for now, these are the three organizations in which the students are going to work for the next semester. Grandmothers on the human rights and memory issues, the social movement related to community organization, and the Afro LGBT queer organization, which is a very, interest mix and a model that this organization is developing here in Argentina. So I don't know if you have a specific question about that. So any comments, any interest that's related to the organizations or something?
Any
Okay.
questions? If not,
Yeah.
I'll have a question before you go on. Is how much Spanish do you think the students should have before they participate in this program? What do you recommend?
Yeah, well, this I will move on the academic requirements and structure of the program. So the program is going to be 16 weeks program. And for the first 2 weeks, the students are going to have an intensive Spanish class, in order to nivellate, I don't know how to say that, to help the students to achieve a minimum and a base Spanish level. But the students has to have an intermediate Spanish level to apply to the program as a minimum. Maybe, 3-4 semester Spanish. Oh my God, I lost my mind. Yeah, Valeria.
Yes, so I do have a question, maybe because I'm always thinking about this. Can you tell us a little more how the placement process for the practicum works? I'm interested in that aspect, how to connect the students with their organizations, possibly if they choose or there's some kind of a process. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Valeria. This is a very key question. So before the students come into the program, once they apply and they're finished, I'm sorry, or the application process and so on. So we will send to the students information about the organizations and the task that they are going to have to achieve for the organizations. And they are going to choose as maximum 2 of them, and they are going to have to explain why they wanted to work with this organization, why they think that this organization is going to be interest for them to work with. And then they are going to have an interview with me and the academic coordinator of the program. She can't attend today the meeting, but it's Jorgelina Loza, and she is a Flacso member. Maybe you know them, Valeria. You know her. And we are going to interview the students and to try to, to have a clear idea from the students and explain to the student a little more about the organization. And once the students arrive to Buenos Aires, during the first 2 weeks, at the same time that they are having the intensive Spanish class, we are going to offer students 2 meetings with the organizations. to meet the organization and to visit, the whole group is going to visit the organization and to meet the representative of the organizations, to having a clear idea once they are here in Buenos Aires, what the organizations are and what are the works that we expect the students are going to develop for the program. And then during these first 2 weeks as well, the students are going to have two guest lectures that are going to be key related to the contemporary Argentina scenario, in order, to provide the students with the same information about what is the country in which they are going to be for 16 weeks, because we can assume that all the students are going to have the same information about Argentina. And we know that the students always, they don't have a real picture about what the country is and so on. And then they ask that once we finish this process, so the students are going to start working with the organization, and they are going to have 3 classes that are going to be combined. First of all, the 3 classes, the content class are going to be combined, and the schedule of the classes are going to be complementary. For example, the contemporary global issues and perspective from Global South is going to be a more theoretical class, and are going to provide the students with a framework of global issues that this framework is going to be connected with the local reality through the leadership models, human rights and intercultural Latin American practicum course, which is the course that are going to combine conceptual and theoretical and historical, components through with the community practicum of the students. And additionally to this, and to help the students to develop their research program, because the other component of the program is that the students are going to develop and to learn how to develop a research project. They are not going to develop a project. They are going to learn how to develop, and to write a research program. So the intercultural learning workshop and research is going to be the workshop in which we are going to work with the students from both things, from the intercultural perspective, not only related to what they are doing and learning from the local culture. As well, we are going to work with them from a methodological intercultural approach, because the educational system and the methodology that we are going to use for this program needs to be think and to be teach from an intercultural approach as well. So, and combining with all of those things, the students are going to be very busy. We are going to offer students additional tutoring from both sides, academically or based on the content classes, and for the Spanish, to continue helping the student on the achievement of their Spanish skills, especially for the ones that are going to have to do interviews with representative of the local communities, or for example, the students that are going to work with pediatricians. I'm sorry. And in different moments, they are going to have to interview moms of that or dads of the kids in order to recover or to get information related to the kids and the families and so on. So we are going to help the students to develop or to build their guidelines for these interviews, and we are going to review this guideline with the from the methodological and the ethical approach that the students have to consider to do so, and so on. So I don't know if this answers your question, Valeria, but
yes, thank you very much.
and So these are related to grade and certifications. At the end of the semester, the students are going to be grading based on the Argentine grading system, but we are going to transfer credits and grades based on an equivalent chart that we have based on the US and Canadian system in comparison with the Argentina one. And the Flacso and the human and the abuelas, the grandmothers of the Plaza de Mayo and the old organizations, we are going to provide the students with a special certificate as an expert in a global leadership for peace, human rights, and intercultural learnings. So at the end of the semester, students are going to have their own gradings for their schools, and this specific certification that promote them as experts in a global leadership for peace. And then let me go back to the presentation. Well, I will share this PowerPoint with you, Tom, and you also, but this is, you have here the learning outcomes and the learning goals that we are going to want to achieve with the students at the end of the program. So I will show you. I'm not going to cover all of them today. As you can see, it's a very ambitious program, but we really believe that we can make it. You know, that we are convinced that at the end of the program, students will significantly learn about a peaceful model of leadership, and they are going to in deep, and they are going to enhance their own leadership skills and the capacity to enhance their capacity of critical reflection, and to in deep the understanding about Latin America and Argentina, and you know, to have a better idea that especially the inequities, the social and economic inequities of the region and our countries, they are not, they are a problem for all of us, you know. But at the same time, they are the reason, and they are the base because of the social movements and the human rights organizations organize themselves to solve. And they are the how you say, el motor, the motor of in which they base their own force to fight and to struggle against of injustice and inequities. So I think this is a very enriched and powerful idea, you know, how the problems can be a motor to solve the problems itself based on the community organizations. I think this is the main thing and the heart of the program that we wanted to offer to the students since the next semester.
Well, thank you very much, Andrea. That's a great description. It's a wonderful program, very thorough, I think, and certainly very immersive. I'll open it up now to questions. Does anyone have any questions for Andrea? Well, no, I guess I'll ask a question. How many students are you expecting, or what is a good number of students for you for this program?
This is a question that everyone is asking me right now. So, well, the minimum has to be 5-6 students, and this is our floor, you know. But I think the roof has to be 20, 22, 25 students.
Of course, yeah.
You know that we know that we can manage more students, of course, because we have so many experience and so on. But for these particular students, and to preserve, the sense, of the spirit of the program, we can offer this as a massive program, because we have to follow up the student during the whole semester, and we really wanted to offer the students a unique opportunity working with social movements and human rights movements, and have a very personalized experience in this program. So, of course, if I think from the financial side, 100 students, that is not possible, and we are not going to I know, because I have the experience, and I used to be a resident director for a big company for so many years. And of course, there are so many advantages. There are so many advantages offering, so many programs for so many students and so on. But I really believe that if you promote a program like this, you have to know and be conscious how and where is the limit, and the balance among quality and numbers. And I don't want to be and to go beyond this, balance. I wanted to offer a very balanced program for the students.
I think it's very balanced. I think it's just really very thorough, very good, and I'm a big believer in fair trade learning, and I think this is really part of it. You like to see students become involved in the community and how they can give back to the community. So I think I really applaud your initiative, Andrea. Thank you. Are there any other comments or questions? Okay. Well, if not, I think we'll end it here. We'll send a recording of this session to everyone. And before I go, I just want to let you know that we will be hosting another session on June 23rd with Brian McAllister Grant. He's the founder of Global Ed, and he's going to be talking about his online course, which is called Foundations of International Education. And I will send you the link for that too. Okay.
That's
well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I appreciate your time. All right. Have a great,
thank you so much.
Great day.
Thank you.